Extreme Collectibles here, gonna try something new today. I got one or two criticisms that I overused the "that's what she said" jokes. So I'm gonna do everything in my power to restrain myself from using any of those jokes during this video. So if you see me hesitating or struggling or with a big smile on my face, I'm thinking it. You know it. Extreme Collectibles here with a really unique piece. This is a Venomized skull from Jack of the Dust. Jack of the Dust, go ahead and Google them if you're not familiar with them. Check out their Facebook page. This is what they do. They create skulls and they're characterized to some point. So they have every different genre of characters you can think of, whether it's comic or movie or fantasy. And I've never ordered from them before, but I decided to take the plunge because I'm such a big fan of Venom. I have a custom Venom bust that this will actually probably go next to, and then quite a few Venom statues at my office. So I pulled the trigger on this guy. He cost $500. They do their stuff in batches. So this first batch, they either did 30 or 60. I think I actually got number 2. And they usually release batches after that. I've never ordered from them before. First of all, customer service was very good, no issues, no problems. Second of all, the packaging was a bitch, and I mean that in a very complimentary way. They secured this sucker like there was no tomorrow. So first of all, it was like one of those, what do you call those dolls? You know, the dolls where you open a doll and there's inside of a doll. The wrapping was like that. Every time you got through one layer of wrapping, there was another, there was another, there was another. And the box was padded extremely well. It was double boxed. And they shipped from Australia, which I assume is where they're headquartered, which I didn't know, but it was EMS shipping, so it only took a few days. This is all one piece. I thought maybe the tongue would go in separately. And, sorry. It's 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes I wake up like between 2:30 and 4. I actually do almost every day, and I just start going for the day. And it's going to be a really long day at work, so I didn't want to go in right away. Anyway, so all one piece, packaged very well. And this is my first piece from them. They have a few others that I have my eye on, but I wanted to kind of figure this one out. It was $500. They included shipping in that, so that's obviously built into the price. But overall, I'm a fan to start with. And let's kind of talk about some of the reasons why. First, concept and design. There's a little bit of controversy on this. First of all, one of the controversies, which I agree with, is it's smaller than I thought it would be. And this is hard. Oh, there's another one. So, whew, man, you know, I am getting drunk later today probably, but tonight, I have a dinner thing at 5 o'clock for work, or 6, I don't even know what time it is. But back to this piece. Man, it works with anything. So one controversy is the size. I thought it would be bigger because you typically think as Venom is bigger, but realistically, Eddie Brock or whoever a symbiote is on has a normal-sized human skull. So maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. The other controversy with it is the fact that it's a dead skull, and there's a symbiote on it trying to live, and we all know symbiotes is a symbiote. You know, it needs a symbiotic relationship with a live human host to work. So really, this doesn't make a lot of sense in some people's mind. And if you really think about the comics and the dynamics of it, I would agree. You know, here the symbiote is either detaching or attaching to a dead host. Maybe he's bringing him back to life, or she, for all that matter. Maybe the human just died and it's detaching, and realistically it's just a cool looking thing. So I'm okay with the fact that it may not make sense. I like what they did. I think it was creative. I think it was out of the box. I like the fact that the tongue is still alive, clearly, but it's very cool. It's just a unique concept, and some of their pieces are like this. And really diving into the paint and sculpt, and this is where I was going to determine was the purchase worth it or not. So first of all, there's a lot of different things going on here, believe it or not, even though it's pretty simplistic and this review won't be very long. First of all, let's just look at the human parts of the skull. It looks very, very real. It's a lot less bloody than the skulls I normally deal with. But you see the different attachment points, whether it was put back together or just different breaks over time. So I like how they implemented that. Some of the coloring on this looks very good. Again, like I said, it's a lot less bloody than you would normally see in real life when you rip someone's skin off. But I really like the different shades they put into the human skull part of it. And then what's really neat to me is when you look around the mouth area, whether it's the nose or the eyes, it looks really real. I think they did a fantastic job on it. The human teeth have a little bit of gloss on them to add on to those different colors of paint, the blacks and the beiges and the browns that were all over the skull. And realistically, I didn't talk about this too much, but there's a lot of wear that it shows, you know, to show that it is not a brand new human skull. Of course, there aren't really too many adult brand new human skulls unless you clone someone, which would be weird, but it's probably going to happen. I wouldn't mind having a clone. You ever seen that show Multiplicity with Michael Keaton? I like it. But back to this piece. So great job on the teeth. Great job on the whole human part of it. I really like the sculpt of the symbiote. It's attaching in different places. It's almost the tendrils, the kind of looks like the skin melting off. And I really like how they implemented that everywhere. Not just where it's attaching to the human skull, but where it meets the ground, almost like it's melting off. And really on the black here, I want to talk about the paint really quick. It's really cool. So it's not all shiny. It's only shiny on the outer edges where it's meeting the ground or it's meeting the skull. The inside of it's more of a flat matte black, which is pretty cool how they differentiated that. It's almost a little too slimy all over, but I personally like it. I don't think everyone will, but I'm a big fan. The eye looks really cool. I think it's very true to Venom. It's has that off-white with the different black flecks all throughout. Very, very cool piece. The teeth, the Venom teeth, I do like. I think they did a great job on the texturing. It looks like real enamel, just like the human teeth. And again, there's kind of that clear resin to give it that glistening effect. And then really the last part is kind of the tendrils holding his mouth together. This looks really cool. There's so many different reds in here, whether it signifies blood or just part of Venom himself. And I like the different shading of reds and the whites and that glistening effect and the sculpt of everything in there. It looks really good. And then not the last part, I apologize, the tongue. The tongue is the best part. It's killing me. It's killing me. So really cool with the tongue. Again, it has that glistening effect all over. I like the style of it. I like the shape. I think the size is perfect. With Venom, you know, you see different aspects of him and how big his tongue is depending on who the artist is. But I really like it. I think they did a good job, and the paint just really pops. Again, there's multiple shades of pink and red and black all over in it. So very, very cool piece. If you're hesitant on this and you have the funds, go ahead and pick one up. I highly recommend Jack of the Dust. Again, top-notch packaging. They even gave me a card. Thank you card, which is really unique, handwritten with my name on it. So you don't see that, you know, that too much anymore, especially with the electronic age we live in. So really appreciate it. I'm a big fan of this piece. I will probably be buying more of Jack of the Dust in the future. If you've been hesitant on the fence, I would say go ahead and pull the trigger. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get a notification. I am trying to save up for a napkin holder, you know, at a table, like a dinner table. You can put your napkins in it. We have two. We have a formal dining room that sits like 12, and then we have a kitchen dining room that the kids eat at, and I eat at the couch because I like to watch TV or YouTube. But whether wooden or metal, I just want a napkin holder at both tables. I only have one, so whenever we eat at a different table, we have to move it over there. It's incredibly inconvenient. And I'm on track to have enough money in 1 month from YouTube, but I need more subscribers. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts on this piece. Let me know if you have any other Jack of the Dust pieces, which ones they are. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Take care.